So many people, how are you doing? And welcome back to another match reaction. It finished at the Valley. Charlton Athletic 3, Fleetwood Town 2. Our clean sheet run comes to an end, but our win streak continues to shine. 6 wins on the trot. We're the team to beat, man. We are the team to beat. We are absolutely on fire. It is it's a great time. It's a great time to be a Charlton fan right now, and we certainly would not have thought that about 4 weeks ago when we were sat in 17th in the league. But yeah, another win for Charlton, but it wasn't an easy one by a long shot. I will say this right now, Fleetwood, they are definitely the best team we've played so far this season. Doncaster were good at home, so were Lincoln, but they were playing against our second string team. They were playing against the team that wasn't our finished squad. Now that we have our full team, Fleetwood, they're the toughest test we've come up against so far. Really piled the pressure on us throughout the match. However, it was my best mate Ben Purrington and Connor Washington with a brace that was enough to secure the deal. Charlton did make it quite difficult with a rather bizarre and quite frankly unbelievable first half of football. For a neutral, it would have been an absolutely brilliant game of football to watch. But it was the Addicts that come away with the victory, but only just. So, as ever, we'll talk about the starting 11 for both sides. Starting off with the home side, Charlton Athletic. I was watching the game in a pub with some friends and my dad, as obviously with all the lockdown stuff going on, we felt that it would only be fitting to go and watch the game in a boozer before it all shuts down for a month. Let's. We were all sitting there looking at the team sheet and we're just studying it for about 20 minutes straight. We could not work out what we were doing. Now, this here has got it down as a flat 4-4-2. So it is Ben Amos in goal, a back four of Chris Gunter at right back, Ryan Innes and Darren Pratley as the centre-backs. Of course, Akinfenwa did come off with an injury against Portsmouth, hence why he wasn't in the squad, and Ben Purrington at left back. The middle four was Albie Morgan out on the right, with Ben Watson and Andrew Shinney across the middle, and Ian Martson on the left-hand side, and up top was Connor Washington and Omar Bogle. First things first, it was very, very nice to see Morgan in the squad. Obviously, he's not been in the team for quite a while due to the signings that we've made. It was really nice to see him get a start out there today, and Bowyer putting faith in him. It did seem that Martson had a more attacking role throughout the game. He was more so in the midfield. I kept seeing him pushing forward quite a lot. And I'll be totally honest, when I saw that team sheet, I just saw number 3 Purrington, I just went, what are you doing? I won't lie, I was kind of like, ugh, why is he starting, that sort of thing. But to be fair, I would get my comeuppance. Before we go into that though, let's talk about how Joey Barton set up his Fleetwood side. It was a 4-2-3-1 formation with Jason Lutweiler in goal, a back four of Danny Andrew, Callum Connolly, Charlie Mulgrew and Tom Edwards. The holding midfielders were Glenn Whelan and Paul Coots. The 3 across the middle in the attacking positions were Barry Mackay, Mark Duffy as the number 10 and Wes Burns on the right, and leading the line up top on his own was Ched Evans. Now, I looked at Fleetwood's team and I thought, that's a good team. It is a very, very good side. Ched Evans, of course, fantastic. Glenn Whelan and Paul Coots, very, very good holding midfielders. And as well as Charlie Mulgrew, superb championship centre-back who's come down to League One. So Fleetwood certainly had a good lineup out there today. They were going to cause us problems. So the game kicked off in the best possible way for Charlton as we took the lead within the first 4 minutes. Andrew Shinney with a corner on the left side. He swings it into the area. Ben Purrington rises highest and puts it away in the back of the net from close range with a header. Initially, a lot of us were saying that it was Ryan Innes with the header. Yes, he scored, but that doesn't change the fact that he's still told you lot, Purrington's amazing. He's our best player, mate. Absolutely superb player. I couldn't help but feel pissed off when Purrington put that ball in the back of the net, because I remember reading the comments on that Twitter post after seeing Purrington score, and everyone was going, shut up to the haters and all that sort of stuff. Like, Ben Purrington haters, they look like mugs right now. That last night was the exact same thing that happened last season and the season before. He was hyped because he scored a goal. He was overhyped because he scored a goal at Wembley. He was overhyped because he scored the first goal of the season against Blackburn. Had a mediocre, average, poor season up until he played Stoke away. Then he scored again and everyone loved him. And it's the same situation now. He's been diabolical this season. He's been absolutely terrible our worst performing player by a country mile. And some people even questioning why he's even at this club, because I still hold that judgment. I still hold that opinion. He is not good enough for this club. But fair play to him. I'll give him credit where it's due. He scored a goal last night. Fair play to him. But let's not get carried away. I've not seen him defend well regularly or consistently since he's been at this club. So I know you may think that's me being harsh, but that's my judgment of him. So after my best mate Ben Purrington scored a goal, the first half hour of the game, we have to say, was all Charlton. Charlton absolutely dominated Fleetwood and absolutely controlled the game, had the more chances in the first half. Fleetwood were trying to work something with the ball, but they just weren't really coming to much within the first half hour. We did have a couple of decent chances. Ben Watson just skimmed the post from a long-range effort. Ian Martson had a good effort as well on the left foot, sort of curling effort in towards the far top corner, but it blazed over the bar. Omar Bogle as well had a couple of decent chances as well. He was put through quite well. Earlier on in the game, I think not long after Purrington scored, he tried to curl it towards the top corner but ended up shanking it right into Rose Ed of the Jimmy Seed stand. Bogle did have a very good game last night, but I can't help but feel that he's going to be the next Josh Parker. Do you know what I mean? I think the reason why people like Bogle is because of his work ethic, because performance-wise, Bogle's played very well. He's played very, very well. His hold-up play is superb, and last night he showed signs of him being able to have a shot and potentially score goals. The thing is, though, when I say he's going to be the next Josh Parker, I just feel like he's not going to get many goals, maybe even any. But I feel like people like him because of his work ethic. And to be honest, he did frustrate me quite a number of times because he was one of them players who kept getting in the right places, kept having those shots, but they just weren't working for him and he just couldn't find the back of the net. I feel like he's going to frustrate me in that sense throughout the season, but don't get me wrong, Bogle did play well and I think he has played very well. He just needs a goal. But it was Omar Bogle that would have a major contributing factor to Charlton's second goal, just past the half-hour mark. Fleetwood had the ball in the defensive half. They gave the ball away, intercepted by Chris Gunter. He played it into Omar Bogle. Bogle charged towards the penalty area, got towards just on the edge of the D, I think it was. He has a shot. Luke Weiler saves it, but he parries it directly into the path of Connor Washington, who stood right in front of him, and stabs it home with ease to make it 2-0 to Charlton. And at that point, you'd think that Charlton are in cruise control. We've been playing very well. However, the Cods threw a spanner in the works in quite unbelievable fashion, as not long after we doubled our advantage, our clean sheet record of 6 games came crashing down as Fleetwood were moving the ball inside their own half. Charlie Mulgrew produced a long ball forward from inside the centre circle towards Ched Evans. He touches it brilliantly past Ryan Innes, composes himself a little bit and smashes it past Ben Amos inside the penalty area. We weren't going to go the full season without conceding another goal. If we did, that would have been absolutely ridiculous. But fair play to Fleetwood with that one. It was a great finish by Ched Evans. Brought it down brilliantly from Charlie Mulgrew's ball. Innes got absolutely mugged off. He composes himself a little bit and then drills it in the back of the net. So that was one of the more better goals I've seen in League One this season. 40 seconds later, Charlton's defence completely derailed, as it was Ched Evans once again that put the Cods back level as a cross come in from the left-hand side of the pitch. Ben Purrington, man-marking Evans, completely stacks it, and Evans just stabs it home past Ben Amos with ease, and the Cods are back level. About a minute and a half, there'd been 3 goals. Charlton had just gone 2-0 up, and then the same player, might I add, Ched Evans, pulls them back level. It is very typical Charlton. It is. It's very typical Charlton. We go 6 games without conceding a goal, and then we completely switch off, and it falls apart in 30 seconds. We concede twice. 2 goals up. You'd think we're in cruise control. And they come back. When we've been scoring the goals against the likes of, Oxford, Northampton, Portsmouth, I've been saying we've stunned those teams out of nowhere. Last night, it was the other way round. The opposition stunned us. So that was how the first half ended. Charlton 2, Fleetwood 2. Fleetwood had, I believe, 65% possession of the ball. So they completely dominated the ball, but they weren't really doing much with it. They had 3 shots, 2 on target, which annoys me even more because they've scored with their only shots on target. 2 shots on target, 2 goals. We didn't have much of the ball, but we had a lot more chances than them, and that's why I felt that we were, when we got the second goal, we were in cruise control. As I say, Bogle had a chance, Watson had a chance, Martson had a chance, and then obviously Purrington got his goal, and then of course Washington got his goal as well from a Bogle shot. So going into the second half, of course, Charlton needed to try and find a way back, and 5 minutes into the second half, we got our chance as we played a long ball over to the right side. Albie Morgan and Chris Gunter were over there. Gunter overlapped Morgan, then cut his way past the Fleetwood man rather than using the overlapping run of Gunter. He played it inside to Washington, I believe. Washington plays it back into Morgan. He tries to take on a sea of Fleetwood players. Danny Andrew crops him down. Penalty is given. I know a lot of Fleetwood fans were saying it was quite soft. I'm watching it right now, and to be honest, it does look like Andrew, he sticks a leg out and trips him up for me. And it was absolute scenes in the pub that I was in, actually, because my dad had put a 20 quid bet on the next goal to be a penalty. And his bet would come through as Connor Washington dispatched the spot kick. Jason Luteweiler gets the right way towards the top left corner. Washington put too much height and power on it, and it flew its way into the side netting. And Charlton retake the advantage, 3-2 up. Obviously, very early on in the second half, we had about 40 minutes left to play. Charlton had to hold on. Fleetwood really did turn the screw in the second half. They really were trying to get forward. They were piling the pressure so many times throughout that game. We didn't really help ourselves by taking off Albie Morgan and bringing on Adam Matthews. That told me straight away we're going defensive. We had both of our right backs, Matthews and Gunter, and both of our left backs, Martin and Purrington, on the pitch at the same time. Not to mention Ryan Innes, Ben Watson, and Darren Prattley. So 7 of our 10 outfield players were defensive. And this was like in the 68th minute or something like that. So we went like 20 minutes and additional time with 7 defensive players on the bench, with the only attacking-minded players being Shinnie, Washington and Bogle. Bogle did come off about the 75th minute, something like that, for Chuks and once again, Chuks making an impact off the bench. He had 2 really good chances. I think he was in the edge of the D, had a shot on the weak foot and struck the post very nearly 4-2 and could have seen the game out. And he did have another good chance as well, where he got put inside in a similar position but on the opposite side of the pitch, on the left side this time. He gets it on his right foot, takes a shot, just fires wide. Despite Fleetwood's constant pressure throughout the second half after we got the goal, it was not enough as Charlton held on to a 3-2 victory. The thing that I like about our performance last night was we showed great character. Last season, in the position that we were in the first half, we'd have lost that 3-2. We'd have lost it, like no questions asked. This year, we showed character. We played as a unit, and we got back into the game. And as I say, there is no way that this Charlton side last season would have done that. So, honestly, very well done to the boys. Very good team performance. As I say, fair play to Fleetwood. They were the best team that we've played so far this season. Absolutely superb team. I know, as I say, Doncaster and Lincoln, they were good, but they weren't playing against our full-strength squad. So, Fleetwood, fair play to you guys. Following that 6th win on the trot and results elsewhere, Charlton now move into 3rd place, level with Ipswich in 2nd, 3 points behind top of the league, Peterborough, with a game in hand. So we're loving life at the moment, boys. We're absolutely flying. 18 points out of a possible 18. We're looking really, really good. And I'll be totally honest, I look at our next 5 games. Rochdale, Gillingham, Burton Albion, MK Dons and Shrewsbury. All of those teams we've got next are in the bottom half of the table. Rochdale, not exactly in great form right now. Shrewsbury and Burton in the bottom 3. Gillingham, I think, is the biggest test of the lot of them. And also MK Dons seem to be quite unpredictable this season as well. They seem to be dominating a lot of the ball in all of their games. But for whatever reason, it just hasn't been working for them. But with the form that we're in and with those next 5 games coming up, who knows what will happen, man. But I'll go into those 5 games with a hell of a lot of confidence. As I say, you can't really knock Charlton fans for saying that we could get 5 wins out of 5 of that, because we can do that. We've played against 2 very good teams on the trot, Portsmouth and Fleetwood, and we've beaten them. We've made it difficult, but we managed to get the win in both of those games. Why can't we go into those next 5 games and say that we're going to win them all? Because we're on absolute fire right now. But then again, this is League One. Unpredictable things happen all the time in this division. So that is it for this match reaction. I hope you guys did enjoy it. If you did, can you possibly leave a like, subscribe if you're new around there, and turn on those post notifications so you're notified of when I post. What did you guys think of the game last night? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks very much for watching this video, guys. I hope you guys did enjoy. This has been Tyler Rollinson. Have a nice day, and I'll see you all in the next video. Take it easy, guys, and I'll see you all later.